John and I just took a stroll out, on the lawn a little bit ago, and people are showing up from all over. I mean, I heard some people drove in from a couple hours away, and here were some of the fairgoers over the weekend saying why they're here and why this is exciting.
We just got to see our state, Iowa, and saw our Governor Reynolds. This wonderful.
I was kind of impressed with the New York one. I didn't expect it. I figured Kathy Hochul would be like, oh, no, we're not doing anything. But actually, they did a good job. So kudos to New York. Still won't move back.
I'll tell you, the sad thing is Rhode Island did not have a display. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Having the opportunity for people to experience other states and all the states in a way that they might not ever have that opportunity to do, I think is fabulous.
Well, that's a shame, because if you're from some of these states, like Oregon, Washington, Pennsylvania, Illinois, you just heard Rhode Island among them, you don't have anywhere to visit because they didn't participate.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, here we are celebrating this remarkable, in some ways improbable 250th anniversary. I mean, you think about how our country was started, those patriots taking on the greatest military power in the world at the time, Great Britain, winning that battle. America, if we look down the wall at the other end, the Lincoln Memorial, 80 years after we signed the Declaration of Independence, country almost didn't make it, almost fell apart during the Civil War, but thanks to the leadership of folks like President Lincoln, we made it through that. And here we are all the way up to our 250, and what a remarkable country based on freedom and independent, based on 50 states. You'd like to think that every state would want to put their best foot forward when we have millions and millions of visitors coming to the National Mall. We expect a record number of visitors this year. Just on the 4th of July with the Salute to America, it's going to be an amazing celebration that night.
All the states that didn't participate are blue states represented by Democrats. Governor Tina Kotek of Oregon said, well, we don't want to be there because we think it's going to be partisan in nature. Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania, said this: we celebrate we the people. Unfortunately, the president doesn't seem to get that. He wants to make it all about himself. What's clear is that that's not where the American people are. Now, we should point out that Senators Fetterman and McCormick did put together a privately funded display here, so they're all in. But what do you think about what Shapiro and Kotek said?
Well, I think this spot we're in America right now where some people would rather be against any kind of American success because they view that would accrue to President Trump, and they want to be against it as opposed to for it. There should be a time when we all come together and celebrate the amazing part of America. And I would say again, when you talk about red states and blue states, if people are traveling this weekend to visit relatives and go to celebrations, I've got a tip. Fill up in a red state. The gasoline price in a red state is actually right now, we calculated it over the weekend, 53 cents lower in red states versus blue states. It's all about policies. It's not about, President Trump knows how to get energy prices down. We've got the lowest priced, most secure energy in the world thanks to President Trump. He's shifting the geopolitics from the Middle East to America, Venezuela, Alaska, the lower 48. We've got such a bright future here because of the economic and energy policies.
Yeah.
We have a safer world, but not every blue state, just like they don't want to come here. There's states that want to fight affordable, reliable U.S. energy, and when they fight it, they end up with higher prices for their consumers.
Well, AAA overnight's at $3.86 is the new price for a gallon of gasoline. I always say, what if you took California's price tag out of it?
Yeah.
It'd probably be a lot
California
lower.
and New York, it
California and New York.
overweights those states in that formula.
That being said, 72 million Americans traveling at least 50 miles this holiday weekend. They're certainly going to enjoy that drop in gas prices, but care to forecast where those prices are going? Can they get back below $3 a gallon?
No, absolutely. President Trump, he proved that he could do this in rapid time last year. It's all about abundance. President Trump's about getting more supply on the market. And of course, him boldly turning Venezuela, has the largest reserves in the world, from a sanctioned adversary into a strategic ally in 45 minutes. I mean, it kind of raises expectations that we can snap your fingers. President Trump has literally done that in that case, because who was buying all that Venezuelan oil? China. Yeah. Now that's all coming to refineries on the coast. That's all helping get lower prices for Americans.
Yeah, real tragedy what's going on there in Venezuela right now, but it's great to see organizations like the Fairfax County Fire and Rescue Department down there helping to try to rescue people from those collapsed buildings.
Yes.
I want to finish with a couple of things. First of all, there's going to be a lot of parks that are free.